Welcome to Mystic Musings with Tobie Hewitt. I'm Tobie Hewitt, and I'm your guide through time and space and all points in between. Mystic Musings will give you insight into who you are, why you are here, how to live an authentic life, and where you fit into the universe around you. Join me on this path of mystical exploration. Welcome to episode 86 of Mystic Musings with Tobie Hewitt. This week, we will continue to consider Pathwork as we continue our mystic journey. When I started this podcast, it was not simply to share what it is like to be a spiritual girl in a physical world. You too are a spirit having a physical experience, which I hoped and still hope will give you a wider perspective and add myriad dimensions to your experience. I wanted to give you tools and exercises you could use to make your journey more interesting and, yes, more magical and mystical, in the sense that there are moments we stumble on outside of our everyday lives, and in the sense that we can draw these moments to us in order to expand their part in our lives. This creates a more adventurous life, but also provides the security of knowing this is not all there is. There is so much more, on more planes than we perceive with our physical beings. There is a path that you are on, a journey, the map for which you sketched out with the important stops delineated, but the connecting routes left a bit hazy. So the aspects of free will and determined goals were etched together in the landscape of your life. For example, though I studied music and went to college to pursue it, the universe contrived to lead me into a different path at the end of the first semester and guided me to the degrees in English, the pursuit of which gave me great joy. And how exactly did the universe do this? Well, I became quite ill toward the end of that first semester and subsequently lost a small portion of my hearing, small and insignificant for everyday living, but too much for a musician studying theory. Also, I did not enjoy playing the piano at all. I disliked practicing. I despised performing. I could not memorize well, and generally, I did not want to be a pianist nor a music teacher teaching piano. My nickname for the instrument was 88 Ways to Screw Up. When the universe removes you from something you are not deriving joy from doing, by whatever, hopefully not dire, means possible, it also shows you something more in keeping with your life plan. Now, I know I had lessons I learned, not just musical ones, from pursuing music, even when faced with the absolute knowledge that it was not a life I would or could enjoy. For example, I needed to attend SUNY Fredonia so that I could visit and become familiar with Lilydale, a spiritualist community nearby. Being so close to those who shared the abilities I had, but which I did not really use, gave me the knowledge and courage to further open myself to the paranormal world and the gifts that I could share with others. The second semester there, I took a writing course which reignited my love for writing and literature, and that put me on the path to return home and attend SUNY Brockport, where I met others whose passion for words matched my own. And so, both the portion of my path that was not ultimately pursued and the one which led me on an amazing set of adventures were important aspects of my journey. The former fed the latter, and those divergent roads, as Robert Frost would say, made all the difference. So how does this pertain to your current path and your continuing wider journey? Well, if you find yourself dreading some aspect or aspects of your life and it feels as though it is not bringing you a sense of joy, you really should ask, what is my purpose? How can I take steps to find the activities that bring me happiness and satisfaction so that when I lay my head down on my pillow at night, I know I have done my best to fulfill that part of me that hungers for the experiences my spirit is here to learn from. It takes effort and courage and constant internal examination to live a life worth living. When you place yourself on the path of actualizing your purpose, you will discover that simply by starting in the direction of a more fulfilling life, the universe will contrive to place things on your path that will guide and help you to do so. People or activities will appear when these are needed. It takes a certain amount of mindful attention to your life to be aware of when this is happening, but I promise the answers will appear and you will bask in the joy of your manifested life. If you have questions or thoughts about this episode or any other topic in this podcast, please contact me through tobiehewitt.com and leave a comment on the contact page. I will be pleased to answer your questions or respond to your comments in future episodes. It would be nice if this could become a dialogue between us as we continue our mystic journey.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Mystic Musings. Please join me every week to continue our exploration of all things mystical that can help you have a more practical and magical life. Please visit my website, tobiehewitt.com, for more information and to read my blog postings. And join me also at pathwaystomindfulness.org to learn how you can schedule a presentation. I'm available for mindfulness training, demonstrations of psychic abilities, and individual readings. I also have a number of books on mystical topics on Amazon.com. I look forward to hearing from you and answering your questions. Please contact me through tobiehewitt.com.